Happiness is overrated. The reason I believe this is because I've personally experienced it and I've also observed it in others. But when you pursue happiness and you prioritize it in your life, what you often end up with is a life of comfort and complacency. And happiness often relies on trading long-term meaning and fulfillment for short-term pleasure. So some of the ways you can think about it are, credit cards are the perfect tool of happiness because you trade a problem for future you and you get happiness now or whatever you want now, instant gratification. Whereas I think fulfillment, meaning, long term joy, as well as minimizing regret over time, these are more meaningful markers to aspire to. Because when you seek happiness, it can often lead to the opposite of healthy sacrifice, basically, right? Like you sacrifice the future for the present. Whereas healthy sacrifice is you sacrifice parts of the present for the future. And so things like, setting out your clothes the day before so that in the morning it's a lot easier for you when you might have less energy to get ready and go to work. Taking away things like willpower and relying instead on the design of your household and the systems you have in place and the habits you've built and the discipline and so on. And basically, what you'll find is that you have a much more fulfilled life if you choose to do the hard things that make your life better over time. Whereas if you choose to do the easy things that make your life worse over time, you will have happiness, but it will be followed by misery and disappointment and regret and all of these emotions. Um, Ultimately, I think the the real way to build a life filled with fulfillment and meaning is to have a difficult problem or a goal that you want to achieve or solve and to pursue that wholeheartedly, even in the face of difficulty, challenges, discouragement, and so on. And I think that is as close to fulfillment as you can get because then you have a purpose and you go to bed every night feeling like the day was a meaningful struggle. And I think this is backed neurobiologically as well, because the things that really create, the hormones that make us feel fulfilled, not just dopamine, but serotonin and oxytocin and vasopressin, like a lot of those really come from having a meaningful struggle and making progress on it in the long term, as opposed to having no problems, having no challenges, having no real goal or purpose, having no meaning, and basically just living each day for whatever pleasures it may bring in the short term. That's a quick ticket to feeling this sense of misery and emptiness, a sort of void. Thankfully, the good news is you can basically start at any point in life. You can start at any scale. You don't have to go jump into the deep end. You can start with very small goals like, oh, I'm going to do 5 push ups a day, right? Or a few pull ups a day. Or I'm going to say one honest but difficult thing a day. Or I'm going to avoid lying or whatever it might be. And then as you build upon these little challenges, you look back in a year or two and you suddenly discover you're a completely different person just from those incremental decisions you made that compounded over time and shaped you into a better version of whoever you want to be. So yeah, I think happiness is overrated. Take on challenges instead.